to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen, and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
All right, I'm back. It's Wednesday, and I just had to clear a frog out of my throat. Man, I tell you what, I don't know what people who do it live have to do. Like when, I guess they just have extended music or something.
We are doing it live.
Well, yeah, I know that, but
kind of.
Oh, I've never had to. I don't think I've ever had to cough during a live show, but I know there's a cough button, and I know you have a studio engineer that you can play music.
Hey, Jim, I'm gonna give you a quick heads up. If you say something to me and I completely ignore you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because my headphones are shorting out. So,
okay,
there you go.
Well, thank you. And now everyone in the world knows that Zach's headphones are shorting out. So by the time we do tomorrow's episode, we'll have a different set of headphones for Zachary.
Indeed.
Now that everyone in the world knows that, we can progress. Let's talk about, what are we going to talk about? All right. I've got a show note about OGB. Is that pertinent to today?
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Okay. No.
Enrollment is closed now because I haven't heard from Scott yet. And I was looking at the numbers. We hit the goal, and I don't think he wants to add any more. So
okay.
Sorry for those of you that missed out.
There you go. But speaking of hitting your goals and so forth, I want to share with you, I increased I'm rowing 200 plus now. He started me. My coach started me barbell rowing as a supplemental exercise, and the other day I did a full set, a full workout routine with 200. So first time ever.
Did you have to do 8 still?
What's that?
Are you still doing sets of 8?
Oh no, he's got me down to 5 sets of 5 now.
I hated sets of 8 because you get so used to 5, and then. But congratulations on breaking 200 on the row.
Yeah, and I finally he's got me high low number but high number of reps with the press. He's got me on 5 times 4 for the press, and yeah, that's fun. You know what I have to do for myself? I've got my notebook, and I make tick marks every time I finish a press set. I make a tick mark, so that I don't forget. I make the hash marks.
I did that. When he had to go in 5 sets of 3, I had to do the same thing because I would get 2 or 3 sets done. I'm like, did I just do 2 or 3?
Well, have you ever found yourself squatting and you're focusing so intently on doing it right, knees, feet, back, everything, breath, that you lose count in the middle and you have no idea how many you did?
Yeah.
Usually that happens to me somewhere around set 3 or 4, where I'm focusing so intently, and then I get up and I was like, okay, I have no idea how many. That's why it's good to have a person there with you, and they're like, nope, that was only 4, do another one. I asked Matt the other day, I sent him a text, I said, have you ever gone cross-eyed in the middle of a press? He just laughed, and it's like, true story. Have you ever done that, Jarrad? Have you ever like briefly gone cross-eyed during the middle of a press?
I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, so
drop the damn thing on my head though.
We're progressing. We are making progress. I'm making progress. Yeah. The summer travel schedule really did it kind of knocked me off of I was making pretty hard linear progress, and the summer travel schedule just kind of knocked me off there. And so we're making up some lost ground now. But I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our very first segment of the day. That is Brownells Bullet Points, and is brought to you by, well, the folks at Brownells.
Just kidding.
All right, let's talk a little bit about firepower. Let's talk about Brownells Bullet Points and rifle calibers. We're having a really good time at least I am. I don't know if you're having a good time, but I'm having a good time focusing on rifles here lately. I've spent a lot of time in the last month or so on the range and in the field with various sized rifles. Now, in the American rifle shooting community, we have basically a lot of 223s. We have a lot of 22 variants, right? So when it comes to small stuff, to personal defense or what have you, we do a lot of 22, 223, 22, 250, and now there's a lot of wildcat stuff out there, like the 224 Valkyrie and the 22 Nosler, and there's a lot of 22 caliber rifles, centerfire, AR style rifles. Okay, then we move up to 30 caliber or 7.62 or whatever, like 308s and so forth. 300 blackout. Everyone likes 300 blackout, right? Well, what's in between? What is the middle? What is the middle ground between the small 22s for varmints and predators and what have you, and then the 30 caliber stuff, the 7.62 or 7mm stuff? What's in the middle? And what's in the middle is what's really popular lately. We've got the 6.5 Creedmoor, and 6.5 Creedmoor is obviously, well, 6.5 millimeter, and 6.5 millimeter translates, I believe it's to 0.264, 0.264 if you're talking English inches. Now, many people forget that there actually have been a whole bunch of 6.5 diameter bullets and cartridges that use those type of bullets over the years. There have been the 6.5 Grendel and the 264 Less Bear AR, and something else that a lot of folks don't talk about, or because it's not the new hotness, but the 260 Remington. Okay, the 260 Remington is actually a 0.264. What? You mean the same bullet diameter as the now famous Creedmoor? Yeah, exact same. Matter of fact, if you look up your ballistic tables, the ballistic tables between the Creedmoor and the 260 Remington really aren't that different. So if you're looking for a middle of the road caliber, if you're looking for something between your 22s and your 30 calibers, there actually are a lot of 6.5 millimeters or 6 millimeter cartridges out there that are available to you. And we talked about them, the Creedmoor's one, the 260 Remington, the Grendel. Now here, I'm going to give you guys a word of advice. When about, let's see, 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I guess it's probably about 7 years ago, when the 6.5 Grendel was the new hotness for the AR platform, right? 6.5 Grendel. The problem with the 6.5 Grendel was there was a lot of ammunition, both internationally, coming from overseas, and made internally, but it wasn't all SAAMI spec. That's SAAMI. It's the Small Arms Ammunition Manufacturers Industry, or what have you, SAAMI. It wasn't all SAAMI spec, and there were some problems. There were some problems with the Grendel, and I don't know if they've all been worked out, because I experienced a catastrophic failure of an upper receiver. Well, it didn't blow the barrel out, but it blew the magazine out, and it blew the freaking the dust cover off. It destroyed the magazine, blew the dust cover off, because even though the gun said 6.5 Grendel on it, and the ammunition all said 6.5 Grendel, it wasn't all the same SAAMI spec, and some of it wasn't even SAAMI. Small Arms, and SAAMI stands for Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute. Sporting Arms and Ammunition Manufacturers Institute, and that's basically the organization that oversees specifications for ammunition. So be careful out there. And like I said, that all those problems may have been fixed. I don't know, but from my personal experience with the Grendel, and I think that was one of the reasons why the Grendel, 6.5 Grendel, kind of faded away was because there was issues with different ammunition companies making the ammo to different specs. So I don't know. But if you want to stay with the middle stuff, the Creedmoor, the Remington, there's a bunch of others out there. And I just thought, what the heck? We're doing Brownells Bullet Points. I thought I would talk about rifle calibers. I'm having a good time. All right. If you're going to have a rifle, a rifle is basically a simple machine. That is all it is. It's a simple machine. It has moving parts. It has springs and levers. It has metal sliding against metal, whether it's a bolt or a lever or whatever. Any place that you have steel sliding against steel or steel sliding against aluminum or aluminum moving against aluminum or whatever, you need to have lubrication. And what we use is Frog Lube. It's green. It's minty fresh. It is a bio-based firearms lubricant, and you can get it from froglube.com or from Brownells that we just mentioned. Century Arms, the sweetest smelling arms maker in the US of A, the C39 V2 rifle and pistol, the RAS-47, the NAC-9, and of course, all of the Canic pistols are available as well. Check those guys out, centuryarms.com. Duracoat, because life is too short to have an ugly gun. You don't want to have an ugly gun. I don't want to have an ugly gun. And there's no excuse for you to have an ugly gun in America today, because Duracoat has not just their wonderful Duracoat colors. They have Dura Blue. They have Dura dyes, so you can make it look anodized. They have the Dura Chrome. Get the Farfignugan right out of here. Yes, they do. They have the Dura Chrome. They have basically, close your eyes, think of a color, and they have it. So there's no reason to have an ugly gun. And they also have other refinishing products as well. Go to DuracoatFirearmFinishes.com. Pick up some Duracoat, slightly darker black, some gun tattoos, some World War II olive drab, whatever you want to do. And don't forget about the Sexy Can Contest.
Hashtag Sexy Can Contest.
Hashtag, that's right. We're doing a Sexy Can Contest. We'd like for all of you guys to participate. So the next Duracoat project, if you wanted an excuse to do a Duracoat project, you're like, I've been looking for an excuse. Now I have one. Get some Duracoat, do a gun, do a shotgun, do a rifle, do a pistol, do whatever, and then do a ammo can. Get a steel ammo can, and you can buy one from Brownells if you want. Get a steel ammo can and do it up sexy. Do cool patterns. There's some cool stuff popping up right now. And once you've done it, post pictures of it on socialist media and hashtag it Sexy Can Contest. The winner of the Sexy Can Contest will get a $100 gift certificate to Duracoat. Second place will get $50, and third place will get a swag bag. And the ogre says that he will ship you some swag too.
All of the top three will receive something from Student of the Gun as well.
There you go. But you got to participate. You need to get on it, and you need to take some pictures and put them up online. Put them up on the line. That's what people like to do. SWAT Fuel. SWAT Fuel wants you to have a stronger body and a sharper mind right now. No more excuses. No more, I'm too old, I'm too broken, I'm too this, I'm too that. No, you're not. No more excuses. And when you go to SWATfuel.com, use the promo code SOTG, and you're going to save some money on your order, which is a good thing. And it's not in the show notes, but I'm going to mention this. We've had a lot of success stories from our listeners and fans who, during the last year and a half, have gotten involved with Starting Strength online coaching, and that is fantastic. And if you would like to start, and you've gotten to that point, you made the commitment, and you're like, okay, I'm all done making excuses, all done. Go to Starting Strength. Actually, what's studentofthegun.com/SSOC. Starting Strength online coaching. So studentofthegun.com/SSOC. Type that in. It'll take you where you need to go. And if you decide that you want to sign up and you want to have a coach help you get stronger, use the promo code SOTG and you will save money. Yes, you will. All right, let's move on. Every single Wednesday for the last while, we have been doing a Student of the Gun Homeroom, brought to you by our good friends at Crossbreed Holsters, and today is no exception. All right, that's Dangerous by Madison Rising. That is the official theme song of the Crossbreed Holsters Student of the Gun Homeroom. And if you go to Crossbreed Holsters and you want to be dangerous on demand, you want to order something, use the promo code SOTG18. That's SOTG18 at crossbreedholsters.com. Save yourself some cash. We're all about saving you cash here. All right, today we're going to talk about being dangerous on demand, being an armed citizen, and the topic is mindset. Practical, convenient, realistic, how to strengthen your mindset. Doesn't matter how many guns you own, how much ammunition, how much cool Gucci gear you have, if you don't have a solid mindset. And mindset essentially determines how you behave and the choices that you make. The choices that you make are determined by your mindset. For instance, let's say that you're relaxing around the house. You're relaxing around the house, you're lounging, you may even have your sleep pants on, or you got a comfortable pair of shorts and flip-flops and what have you. And if you're a dude, the wife says, "Hey, I just realized that we don't have blank, and I need blank if you want to have dinner tonight." And you're like, "Oh, but I'm so comfortable." You're like, all right. So you grab the keys and you go to run out of the house. And you're just in your comfortable shorts, t-shirt, and flip-flops. You're going to grab your wallet because you have to pay for it. You'll probably grab your phone because human beings can't live without their phones, right? I mean, you'll die if you get 15 feet away from your phone.
I mean, what if you need something else?
Right.
Your wife calls you and you didn't.
How did we survive as a society before the advent of the mobile phone?
Oh, what would happen
People
is you'd go out and you'd get the thing that she asked you to get, and you come home and she's like, "Oh, we also needed this," and then you punched a hole in your wall.
No, I didn't punch a hole in my wall. I just said, tough noogies. I guess next time we'll just make a plan. But do you take the time to rearm yourself? And you say, well, what does that have to do with mindset? It has everything to do with mindset. Because the convenient thing is, screw it. I'm just going out real quick. I'm just going to run out. I'm going to drive over to the store. I'm going to get the stuff. I'm going to drive back. I don't need to have my gun. I don't need to have a knife, flashlight, medical gear. I don't need any of that stuff because I'm just going to go out real quick. And if you do, whether or not you take the time to arm yourself or whether you don't, is your mindset. That is your mindset. A lot of people who I have encountered over the years will tell me things like, well, I mean, I don't carry a gun all the time. And I'm not paranoid. I'm not looking for trouble. I don't want people to think that I'm looking for trouble. And I say, okay. Now, if I care about the person, then I'll work with them a little more. And if I don't, I'm just like, okay, well, rock on, live your life like you want to. And that is a mindset issue. That's not a gear issue. It's not a training issue. That actually is a mindset issue. There are a lot of people in our world who have the opportunity and the ability to be armed citizens, but they don't do that because it would require a different mindset. How do you strengthen your mindset? One of the ways you strengthen your mindset is to spend time, around other like-minded individuals, to take training, to go through the training, because training will make you realize things that you didn't realize previously. Another way to strengthen your mindset is to develop good habits. Now, when I talk to people about being an armed citizen and carrying a gun and carrying it all the time, one of the things that I've told them is, I want you to get to the point where you feel uncomfortable without your gun. Most people, when they start carrying, and I know this from 30 some years of experience, when they start becoming an armed citizen, or they make the decision to be an armed citizen, and they get their, depending on where you live in free America, you just do what you want to do because you're a citizen. If you live in one of these states that requires you to get a card with your picture on it, then okay, you do that too. So they get their card with their picture on it. They plastic laminated card. They put it in their wallet, and they put their gun on, and they carry it for the first time. And the whole day long, they feel like everyone they encounter knows. Feel like there's a hot rock, like a hot coal in their pocket, and everybody knows that they're carrying. And they're conscious of it all day long. They're all constantly conscious of the fact that they have a gun on because they've never done it. And that's cool because everybody goes through that. But what I want is for you to get to the point where if you find yourself unarmed, you feel psychologically uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable not being armed, not the opposite. Not that you think, this something's wrong. This is wrong, and I shouldn't be like this. That's where you need to be. That's all about mindset. If you want to strengthen your mindset, get some training, real training. Go to a school, spend time with other people that are just like you. You're going to find out they're like, man, these people are just like me. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one that had these problems or questions or thoughts. Nope, it's not just you. It's other people too. And then develop the habit. Every day when you get dressed, put on your gun, the fundamental 4, and do it every single day till you get to a point where leaving the house unarmed feels wrong, and you'll stop yourself from doing it because you're not going to get a postcard. You're not going to get a fax or a memo from the psycho felon who's about to walk into the Quickie Mart and kill his ex-wife and anybody else who happens to be standing there. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's about what other people are going to do, and you happen to be there. Okay? So that is our Student of the Gun Homeroom today, brought to you by our good friends at Crossbreed Holsters. Mindset. Develop a strong mindset. Develop good habits. Take training.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a complimentary online training course called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. Get instant access by joining the Student Lounge for free at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of these questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
All right. The topic of the day comes to us from the New York Post. nypost.com. Story datelined August 15th, 2018. And I have a love-hate relationship with this online news source because they're always trying to shove crap in my face. But this is the story. An NYPD cop pleaded guilty for his involvement in a gun licensing bribery scheme in Manhattan federal court on Wednesday. Prosecutors say retired Lieutenant Paul Dean, 45, along with Officer Robert Espinal, saw how much money the middleman in the scheme were making and decided to retire in January of 2016. So he could bribe his former colleagues for expedited gun licenses. Yes. Dean, formerly second in command of the NYPD licensing division, and Espinal allegedly went into business with NYPD detective turned gun store owner Gaetan Guy Valestro. That sounds like a mafia name right there. With the plan to corner the expedited market using their NYPD connections. While still in the NYPD, Dean and Espinal allegedly helped dole out the licenses and in exchange were treated to booze, strippers, and hookers. I like how the story here differentiates between strippers and hookers. Don't you like that, Jarrad? Is like, well,
hey, I know some hookers that won't strip, okay?
And you know some strippers that won't hook?
No, I don't know that. Zach Hall, I need you.
Zach, are you listening? Yeah, Zach knows. He'd be digging what we be squealing. Now, listen to this. We're talking about an abuse of power. We're talking about bribery. We're talking about corruption in the NYPD. What kind of a sentence do you think Dean is? Dean faces up to 5 years in prison at his November 15th sentencing hearing. Now, hang on a second. What day is today? What day is today? It's Nibbler's birthday.
You want the actual
What a day
date or
for a
the air date?
birthday. What's the air date for this episode, Zach?
8/22 Wednesday.
So you should be listening to this on or around August 22nd. So this guy pleaded when the reason he pled was because they probably have his attorney did discovery. They went through discovery and they found they're like, oh yeah, they have like a whole Connex box full of evidence and you're hosed. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cop a plea and we're going to wait. Why in the United States of America, with our judicial system the way it is, did they delay the sentencing hearing for, let's see, 1, 2, 3 months? Well, almost 3 months. That seems kind of crazy. Whatever. That's the American judicial system today. So dude's going to hang out until November 15th when he's sentenced. It says he could face up to 5 years, though under the guidelines, he should get between 1.5 to 2 years in prison. So 2 years in prison doesn't seem like a bad vacation to me for hookers and strippers and booze, man. You know, I wonder how much money he's got socked away. It doesn't say that whether or not he's going to expected to pay a fine. The reason that I'm bringing this up is A, fornicate the state of New York and the city of New York. Both the city of New York and the state of New York can venture forth and fornicate themselves. If you live in New York and you're like, hey man, you better calm down. Bro, you are so far behind your civic duty. I don't even know what to tell you. If you're a listener of mine, that scumbag Kumo. Yeah, the scumbag Kumo just said that America never was that great, or America was never that great. Yep, that's your governor. You're like, well, what are we supposed to do? I don't know. Your governor just pardoned a whole bunch of felons. Your governor has been running cover for the illegal alien parasites that are living in your state. Your governor rammed through emergency legislation. He used the Sandy Hook terrorist attack to ram through emergency legislation. We don't have time to debate. We don't have time to go through standard process. We need to pass these laws now. Of course, we know, based upon history, that these gun control laws never reduce crime or terrorism, but that doesn't matter. You're in New York, you're a tax slave. It might make you not happy for me to say that. You might be angry at me for pointing that out, but I'm not the one who turned you into a tax slave. If you have to ask permission from your government, if you have to get a special plastic card with your picture on it, not to carry a gun, but just to buy one and own it. Yes, many of you living in free America, you're like, what? Is this guy talking? Well, he says gun permits. Does he mean a concealed carry permit? No. Oh, no. Well, no, I'm talking about an actual permission slip from His Majesty the King to own a gun. And I've had friends and acquaintances who lived in New York City who actually showed me their firearms permission slips. One friend showed me his firearms permission slip, and on the permission slip, not only was it his license from His Majesty the King to purchase a gun, but it wasn't just any gun. You could only own, possess, and have control over the specific firearm that was listed on your state-issued permission slip. Gun permits are 100% absolutely in direct violation of Amendment 2 of the Bill of Rights of the United States Constitution. And last time I checked, the city of New York and the state of New York were within the borders of the country called the United States of America. Now, I don't know about you, but they shall not be infringed. When the state says, well, yeah, we know shall not be infringed, but if you would like to own a gun, you must first request permission from His Majesty the King pay him a tax, and then, if His Majesty sees fit, if he deems, you to be worthy, he shall grant you a writ to purchase a firearm, to purchase arms. Ladies and gentlemen, gun license are 100% tyranny. There is no argument about it. And if you put up with it, you're wrong. And if you live in a state or a city where you contribute every 2 weeks or every month or however often you get paid, once a week, you're sending money direct to the state capital, to your slave masters, so they can come up with more bull crap like this to enslave you. You are paying them to enslave you. Yes, indeed, you are. I don't know how we get people to wake up in the United States. I don't know what we have to say, what we have to tell them. But this is a classic example of what happens when you put the government in charge of privileges. You're like, oh no, I have a right to own a gun as an American citizen. I have a right. No, you don't. If you have to go to Lieutenant Dean and bribe Lieutenant Dean with booze and hookers so you can get your gun permit faster, that is not a right, ladies and gentlemen. Jarrad, is that a right or is it a privilege? I'll make you talk into your microphone.
It's a right.
Really?
Yep.
You're being facetious and
being a rightful privilege.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a left.
Yeah. When a government agency can tell you no, or can change their mind, or what's been going on in the state of New York, people who have gun licenses, they pass away. Their families are in the middle of mourning their passing, and who comes knocking on the door? It's Chief What's-His-Nuts, or Sheriff What's-His-Nuts, or representatives of Chief What's-His-Nuts. We're here from the gun unit. We're here from the gun division. Yes, can we help you? According to our records, Henry Smith, was that your husband? Yes. Henry Smith was a licensed gun owner, and we see that he has died. Yes. Yeah, you have to surrender. His gun permit is now expired, and you have to surrender his guns to us, the gun unit. And you're saying, Paul, come on. This isn't 1984. This isn't Brave New World. They don't send armed police officers to the homes of grieving widows to confiscate their guns. Keep telling yourself that, because it's happened and it continues to happen. And you people out there living in these slave states, you just sit in the middle and suck on it. Well, what are we supposed to do, Paul? What are we supposed to do? I don't know. Get in line. And make sure it's an orderly line. Get in line and beg your masters for permission to live your life. Beg your masters. Well, I love, here we go. You hear him, Jarrad? Dak, do you hear him?
Yes, I do. What
are they saying?
We're just trying to be reasonable.
No. They're saying that I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, sure, that one.
They're you don't understand. New York City is filled with liberals and Democrats, and it doesn't matter what we do. Every New York City. Oh, okay. Well, I guess then do nothing, because that's the easy thing to do. The easy thing to do is go on Facebook and complain and then do nothing. You think that's might be why we have the Electoral College in the United States, so that major metropolitan areas can't dictate policy to the entire country? Ladies and gentlemen, I know you have friends out there who think that the Electoral College is antiquated. They're trying to convince you that it's old. No, actually, it's genius. They did that so that these, rat holes, these rats' nests, like New York City and Philadelphia and Los Angeles, These cities filled with Democrat rats can't dictate policy to the entire nation. And I'm sorry, but if you live in a major metropolitan area, you're surrounded by rats and parasites and Democrats, and this is just the way it is. And you've allowed it to happen. But so little Lieutenant Dean here, who was came up with a scheme to expedite people's permission slips from His Majesty the King, their gun licenses, he may do up to 2 whole years in prison. Yeah, 2 whole years. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I don't know. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But no, we're comfortable. We're fat and happy and comfortable, and and it's not affecting. And here's the thing, Jarrad and Zachary, and this is the thing. The reason why the tax slaves in New Jersey and New York and all these other places are doing nothing is because it's not currently affecting them personally. They're going to wait until they find it, until the gun unit. They're going to wait until the gun unit is at their front door, and then they're going to do something about it. But of course, if you wait until the representatives of His Majesty are kicking in your front door because you let your gun license expire, it's too late then. What are you going to do? Do we have any questions from the Peanut Gallery, Jarrad? I know the Peanut Gallery is out there watching on their whatever it is. What are we doing here? Google Hangout?
Discord.
Yeah. Discord,
Google Hangout, and iTunes. But you iTunes people can't ask questions.
No, because this has already happened. But
anybody wants to ask?
No, my question to you is Jarrad, are there questions from the Peanut Gallery, or can we just proceed?
Nope, I haven't seen anything. So I'll just queue up the music. If anybody's got a question, then you have about 10 seconds.
All right. Thank you very much for being a part of the Student of the Gun listening audience. Remember, gun licenses are tyranny. And if tyranny is going on around you, it's going on because you, your friends, and your neighbors have allowed it to go on. And I can't fix all of your problems for you, but I'm pointing them out, and I want you guys to be aware of them. You should also know that you're a beginner once. You should. Oh, go ahead.
We have a question.
Oh, we have a question. Zachary has a question.
Ben Boltmer asks.
10 seconds.
What?
I already queued the music. Make it quick.
Never mind. What do you think about the 224.224?
I think it's fast.
It's really fast. There you go.
Okay, all right, freaks. We'll be back tomorrow morning with a grad program bonus hour number 1. For the rest of you, remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.
Get SOTG.com.
We appreciate your reviews. If you haven't left a review or updated yours recently, head on over to Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast player to voice your opinion. Don't forget to join us at the Student Lounge, a place for like-minded individuals to learn, connect, and support each other. No chicanery will be tolerated. Remember to check studentofthegun.com daily for new, free content and giveaways. Watch, listen, read, shop, and connect at studentofthegun.com. Are you a social butterfly? Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for new content each and every day at Student of the Gun. Watch Student of the Gun TV and videos from our trusted partners on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Chromecast, and even AirPlay. Go to studentofthegun.com for direct links, and remember, you're a beginner once, a student for life.
Hey.
All right, are we good?
All right, are we private or are we public still?
Still in public.
Anything else to say to the public before we go private?
I got nothing.
Nada.
Buy your kids a backpack, you cheap mofos.
And an insert.
I'm gonna go to the live stream, and I'm gonna find everybody that said that they were gonna buy one and pick
Call
out
them out.
who haven't yet. And then yeah, that is kind of annoying. And that's something you guys are listening live right now, then you're part of the grad program, or you're watching the video on the website after it's live. So what I would like you to do is these people, just make them stick to what they say they're going to do. Like with the wallets, that was great because we asked. You should have offered a upgrade price with armor. Yeah, we're working on that. What backpack Ben Voltmer says. Studentgungear.com, there's an armor backpack. But go check out the live stream from yesterday. But the point is that like with the wallet, you guys said, hey, I'll take this wallet. We did an in post on the Facebook Liberty Mastermind. We produced the wallet sold, which is great. So we asked people if they wanted these backpacks, and they said yes. And then we made the backpacks. Zach spent his time and effort, and then Dad did an entire live stream with that as the subject. And a lot of the people that said that they were going to buy them did not. So if you're listening to me right now or taking the time to watch this afterwards, then I would like you to be part of the crowd that holds these people accountable for sticking to their word. So thank you.
If you don't want to, you're not making me feel good by saying, "Oh, I'm interested in that."
Yeah.
But you're not. If you're not interested in it, don't think you're making me feel good by saying, "Yeah," or us. Don't think you're making us feel good. You're like, "Oh yeah, I definitely want that. I'm definitely interested in that." If you're not, then just say you're not,
or don't say anything.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Because if you guys don't want something, then we won't make it.
Yeah, it's like the student of the gun knives, you know.
Yeah.
So we need to go private because I need to say something to Jarrad in private. So let me know when we're private.
All right, disconnecting from one.
Bye.
Get out of there. See you guys on if you're watching on YouTube or wherever.